completely wrong.
What does it matter now? It's too late anyway. We're all on our own. No one would care about us. Who would listen to us?
It's our own fault. We never showed it to anyone. We never let anyone see it. We're all by ourselves now.
We were always isolated anyway, from others, from each other, even from ourselves a bit.
It wasn't always like this, though. Don't you guys remember? Doesn't anyone remember?
I remember something.
It's finally lunchtime. I'm so tired. I know, I'm so hungry. Oh my gosh, is that the sushi under the chicken? Oh, let me just get that piece of salmon. You can't do that, Emma! Why? You can't dig under food with your chopsticks. Come in the side. Oh, I need to go to the washroom. What did I do?
You only put your chopsticks upright in a funeral.
Come in the side.
Oh, this sushi tastes so nice.
Can I have some?
Why are you? Tiger! What? What? That's so rude. Don't do that. Why not? In Japanese funerals, after they cremate the dead body, the remaining bones, they put it on a tray, right? And then the closest family members, they pick it up with chopsticks, the bones and the chopsticks, and they pass it to each other like that before putting it in the pods.
Okay, Tiger, let me teach you how to really use chopsticks. Pick them up with me, pick them up. What? Come on, you never saw a white guy holding chopsticks before.
Sorry, go on.
Okay. So Tiger, you want to hold the first one, kind of like a pencil, and then you use the other one to move it freely so you can pick up something. I get it. You're impressed. All right. So Tiger, do it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Nice try, Tiger. It's okay.
I'm not impressed, Brett. You suck. You suck.
You think you can do better?
You dare challenge me. I'm the almighty Kento Sakata. Kento Sakata, Toyota, Mazda, Honda. I'm gonna beat you.
All right, well, Taku, bring it on. I bet you live in your mom's basement.
Henshin, Kamen Rider.
Henshin.
Okay,
From Indonesia to Singapore, as a coastal city, you think rising sea level would be one of our problems. But when you're constantly reclaiming land from the sea, global warming isn't quite the issue that it's supposed to be.
Welcome to Singapore Changi Airport.
欢迎来到新加坡樟宜机场。Welcome to the best airport in Asia. Singapore Changi Airport offers the most amazing airport experience. It is an airport worthy of being a destination in itself. We have a wide variety of facilities and services just for you. For example, a cactus garden, an orchid garden, a water lily garden, sunflower garden, and just in case you don't like any of the other gardens, we also have a butterfly garden.
Whoa, Brad, so many gardens. Which one do you want to go to?
Wow, I can't believe I'm finally in Asia. Everything's so exotic. I think, according to this map, we can hike from here to the Tam Pines.
Whoa, the Tam Pines? You know, my friends back home, they told me that's the highest peak in all of Singapore. Aren't you glad we got that hiking gear?
Yeah. Hey, they're two locals. Let's go ask them.
How do you know they're locals?
They're so tiny.
Excuse me, ma'am, sir, could you tell us how to get to the Tam Pines?
I don't know what the Tam Pines is, but Changi Airport definitely don't have any hiking trails.
We dressed up for nothing. Can you please tell us where the nearest subway station is?
Oh, you stupid American. This isn't America. They don't have subways over here. Do you have, you know, choo-choo? Train.
You two are so funny. Here, we don't have the MTR, we have the MRT.
And it's not Tam Pines, it's Tampines.
Yeah, look at the map. Tam Pines.
No, it's Tampines.
And there's no mountains in Tampines, so don't bother.
Well then, why don't you just tell us where your highest mountain is? Because that's what we're going to conquer, Brett.
Do you mean Bukit Timah?
164 meters? I went to a school higher than that. Oh my god, let's get out of here, Brett. You want to go find some food?
Look at this exotic restaurant.
Oh my god, you're so stupid, Brett. It's a food court, for God's sake.
Walao, can you see my job already? Like, why are you sitting here?
Chop?
Yeah, chop, chop, get us that food!
Walao, you really blur like sotong.
What?
Can't you see? This stage is so big. It means a reserve lah. Can't you see why you're sitting here? Yeah, just let them sit lah. These angmo.
Just leave, Brett. Or these guys are a lot more rude than the ones we met at the airport.
I don't understand. Are they even speaking English? Konnichiwa.
Walao, this angmo. Do we look like Japanese to you? We're speaking English, one.
Do I look Japanese?
Okay, so they're not Japanese. Let's just ask them for some food.
Okay, so in English, do you have Singaporean food?
Oh, Singapore food is the best in the world. Okay, first of all, we have Hainanese chicken rice.
And then we have our laksa.
Oh, then we have beef rendang.
And then finally, we have our roti prata.
Oh, I know prata. That's Indian food. Let's order some Indian food.
No, it's not Indian food. It's Singaporean food. It's one thing, it's roti prata.
What's wrong with you? It's two different things. There's roti and the prata, and they're both Indian foods.
No. It's roti prata. It's a Singaporean food.
Can I have the menu, please?
Oh my goodness, these angmo are so damn stupid. I mean, this is a hawker center. There are no aunties here to take your order. Forget it. Just no. Bye.
You know what, Brett? I think I'll go get us some food from Congo.
I'll just have some gum then.
We will return to this place in the near future.
dances are nice, but so were Korean songs. Despite being a part of Asia Pacific, our entertainment was slightly different from that of others. When Korean culture was emerging, other than K-pop and Korean drama, how much did you truly know about our culture?
Oh my god, Harry's so cute, so handsome, he's so cool. I wonder what he's doing now. Oh, hi, Harry. What? You got a girlfriend? I'm too ugly, that's why. I need to get prettier. I should get a plastic surgery.
Whoa, nice to meet you. How can I help you today?
I want a wider forehead, bigger eyes, dimples, higher nose, and an oval face.
Oh boy, what are we gonna do? Looks like we got a lot of work. Let me just draw some lines. Yep, okay. Nurse?
Yeah, I come.
Would you please bandage this person up?
Yeah, sure.
Would you please take her to the emergency room? Thank you. Oh, welcome back. How are you feeling?
I'm so excited. Am I gonna be pretty now? Am I gonna be Harry's girlfriend now?
Please take off the
Am I
glasses.
pretty now?
Whoa!
Can I see myself? How do I look?
Everything's gonna be just fine. Everything will be just fine.
I can't live like this. I'm ugly, man. I'm gonna kill myself. Did I just kill someone? Now my lover can rest in peace. Sophia!
Thai dance and Thai boxing. They were traditional culture that has passed down from generation to generation since long times ago. They were unique, different from others, and beautiful.
But let's not forget to mention what really unified us together. Money. That's right, it's those cash dollar bills that really heightened our relationship. In fact, I remember a specific debacle in which we bonded over.
All right, good morning everybody. I'm sorry I'm late, but today we are meeting as APEC, Geopolitical Institution of Finance. And so, we have something very important to discuss. Indomie sales.
Whoa!
As you can see, we have an increasing trend of Indomie sales.
Good.
But the bad news is, it looks like we have some competition. shall I say, a reselling empire. Which is why we have to find a solution or else we're finished. Do you guys have any suggestions?
Mandatory conscription! Just like how my third year did it, Jason Lowe. It's good for our national security.
Build a robot army made by Toshiba to sell the Indomie.
Blame the Chinese!
I say we neutralize the terrorists. Bomb the terror, or assemble a peacekeeping force.
Don't we have other discussion questions? I mean, examples of Chinese really take a lot of time. Shouldn't we give jobs to excess university graduates instead?
More sustainable development though?
None of that matters. Hey, y'all want any more of those Apple factories?
Also Samsung and Toshiba.
Thank you.
time passed, there were just more and more things to be angry about. And even amazing things like these turned out to have a hidden downside, the losers of a global capitalist society. And I couldn't help but feel it. The anger, the rage. But there was one thing that just made me the most furious. Because when we were talking about the problem of human enslavement, they were no longer humans, they were numbers.
แตงโม ชมพู่ ปั้น
Putri,
แป้ง
Putra,
Oji,
โก
Ayu,
Riya,
Mira,
ไก่
Nandi,
Shingapai,
Muhammad, Clara,
Thailand
Indonesia,
Myanmar,
Malaysia, Philippines,
425,500
736,100,
515,000,
128,800.
401,000 people living in slavery.
He is 10 years old. He wakes up at 5 every morning. He works 18 hours in a factory. He gets paid enough only for one loaf of bread per day. His name is Go. They wear his flesh.
He is 24 years old. He has never been in a shore for 8 months. He sleeps 4 hours a day. His name is Abdul. They eat his flesh.
She is 13 years old. She was sold at 114 USD. She is 460 miles away from home. She has up to 8 customers a day. Her name is Sanda. They close their eyes to her pain.
He is 28 years old. He has 2 children. He hasn't seen them in 5 months. He got beaten 6 times a day. His name is Ahmad. They sell his blood.
She is 17 years old. She works 20 hours a day. She has not eaten in 2 days. She dies when she is 19.
They never cared.
They never cared.
They never had a name.
They were reduced into a number.
An inconvenient statistic.
In an even worse economy,
They had enough other problems.
So we did
They did not need another number.
425,500
736,100.
515,000.
128,800.
401,000 people with forgotten name.
Nasri
Jora.
Neo.
J.
Jose.
could have been another name forgotten.
Si Paraluma, nung tayo ay bata pa, ang galing-galing mong sumayaw, mapagugi man o cha-cha, ngunit ang paborito ay ang pagsayaw mo ng El Bimbo. Nakakainda, nakakaaliw, nakakatindi, balahibo. Pagkagaling sa eskwela ay diretso na sa iyo, at buong maghapon ay tinuturuan mo ako. Magkahawakan ang ating kamay at wala kang malay-malay, at tinuruan mo ang puso ko na umiibig ng tunay. Inigas sa aking katawan, umikot na ang plaka, taas kemot ng gawin. Mga mata, lumiliwanag ang buhay, habang tayo ay magkaakbay. Dahan-dahang dumulas ang kamay ko sa makinis mong braso. Sana noon tama ay sa iyo. Maghapon ay tuturuan mo ako. Magkahawak nating kamay at sarap malang-malang. Naturuan mo ang puso ko na hilig ng tulad. La 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 la.
All too often, we tend to overlook the way colonialism has shaped the modern Asia-Pacific region. To forget the past is to allow a history of exploitation and oppression to go unchallenged. Unfortunately, the way that some history textbooks attempt to sugarcoat colonialism means that not only do we not learn from the past, but justice is not done for the victims of colonialism. Just because colonialism has ended does not mean that we are not living its aftermath today.
Students, welcome to your history class today. Today we will be covering the topic of imperialism, in particular imperialism in the Southeast Asia area and of Asia Pacific. Since you are students from there, could you give me a bit of an insight into what you know about colonialism from your own countries?
I think colonialism is a completely immoral act that yet has not been properly readdressed. For example, in Malaysia, the British administration, they take everything that they need, including oils and coils for their own interests, without paying anything back, tearing my country apart by institutionalizing social discrimination.
I agree, sir. I think that if it wasn't for the British colonial administration exploiting its resources, Brunei would not be the small, insignificant nation it is today.
Well, students, I think you need to look back at your textbook. There were a few negative aspects to colonialism, but you must look at the bigger picture. Colonialism brought development to the Far East. It got Western values of democracy as well as international trade. You must understand that the textbook teaches us colonialism was more of a positive act, a gesture from the Western world.
But what is this Western Enlightenment? Since when does these ideas of urbanization and global trade was a standard for success?
I think they spurred the industrial development of the colony just for their self-interest, without really paying any attention to the interests of their own citizens. For example, in Malaysia, they spurred the industrial development of lead and rubber production. But at that time, at that moment, Malaysian people doesn't need any rubber or any lead at all. They make it with low cost and sell it with high profit. They only do it for their own interest.
Well, I see you clearly do have your opinions on the matter. But this is a class and you must look at the textbook. Flip to page 42. It has a wonderful diagram which teaches us all about what colonialism exactly was. Please take a look.
Sorry, I don't understand what they're saying here. It says colonialism in Asia stemmed solely from Western imperialism. But what about Asian imperialism? Last time I recall, Korea was colonized by Japan, which is clearly an Asian country. And it was no less significant than the one that the Western world has conquered in Asia.
Well, Harry, that is a small matter. You are not wrong over there, but that's not the bigger picture. You must understand that colonialism was about Western countries feeding democracy and development to the Eastern world. That is, in fact, what your diagram did say in the textbook, isn't it?
That's ridiculous. The notion that Asia is a playground for just Western countries, it's ridiculous. Japan had half of Asia at one point in the World War, and Korea is just an example. cultural assimilation, the forced labor, the ridiculous oppression that the Japanese poured upon the Koreans. It's not just history. We can still see it in Korean society right now, especially politics. If you look at social class, all the powerful people, all the lawyers, all the doctors are the beneficiaries of colonialism. And those are the ones who are responsible for our country's failures. And there's nothing done about that right now.
Harry, calm down a bit over there, okay? Read your textbook and do your homework, then you would know what to talk about in class. Moving on. How did colonialism end? Well, of course, the West finally realized after World War II that it was no longer ideal for them to continue having these colonies. It was no longer had the same economic benefits that it had, and people in the Western world didn't consider colonialism to be as useful as it earlier did. So they let those countries go.
No, I don't think that's the real picture though. I think they gave it up because they couldn't keep it, not because they want to gave it up. Because of the rising rebellion power in Malaysia, the British government have no measure and have no power to control this rebellion. And that's why they gave up Malaysia. Not because they wanted to, it's because they couldn't.
Again, it's clear you people don't do your reading. Seriously, students. Okay? How colonialism ended was pretty straightforward. The Western countries withdrew and left very swift, in-place procedures for Eastern countries to reach the same levels of development. Look at the Commonwealth. Look what the British government did for these colonies to make sure they were not left in such a mess. There was no mess left, and it isn't their fault.
Only that they didn't actually leave a mess. If you look at the government set up by these colonial powers, they do not work for the people. They work for themselves or even the previous colonial powers.
I think the self-interest of these colonial governments was also the first item on the agenda, not the interest of the people. Wasn't Malaysia's formation from this union of sultanates solely dictated by the British so that they could consolidate their influence once they left? Do you think that was in the interest of the colonial government, or do you think that was in the interest of the colonial people?
The colonial governments made it straightforward. They left a great place for them to end. But the mess created, that was just because the colonized world could not live up to the democracy and the development of the Western world.
No, that's their fault. They might try to modernize the colony after it's colonized. But the ignorance and exploitation coherent with the colonialism is completely what they have made in the first place. You know what? I think I have learned nothing in this class. I'm leaving.
Yeah, me too.
一番強い。私の体験は飛躍なものではない。新しい Facebook 写真や学校の出願のための何か異常なものだ。My experience of living in Japan has left within me a flurry of emotions, but most of all, a sense of longing for more. My experience was more than superficial. It was more than a new Facebook profile picture or something that I can put on my university applications. Host family が私を迎え入れてくれて、まるで本当の家族のように扱ってくれた。その体験が私の人生を変えてしまった。この体験がなければ、今の自分はここにあれない。My host family took me in, and they treated me like I was truly their family. That experience changed my life, and I can say with great certainty that I would not be standing here today if I had not done it. フォレナーというのは日本語で外人だ。文字よりこの単語の意味は外の人だ。今日私はアウトサイダーとして皆さんの前に立っている。私は前ずっとこのままでいるだろうか。外から泣け入ろうとしている。自分の体験はそれと排除的な気迫を与えるけれど望むしかない。In Japanese, the word for foreigner is gaijin, literally meaning outside person. Today, I stand before you all, an outsider, wondering if I will perpetually remain in this state, an outsider trying to get in. My experience gives me hope otherwise, but I can only wish.
In hindsight, There were other forms of imperialism. So people like me, we had this experience where this imperialism demanded both absolute assimilation, yet exceptionalism. Okay, let me explain. So people would ask, "What are you?" And but then in the same hour, they would say, "Why are you so different?" Okay, while this cultural imperialism didn't physically restrain us, it locked us and our identities inside us with this constantly increasing volume, screaming.
My life was a series of tiptoeing around the borders of what I can or cannot do. People telling me who I was and what I was dictated which side of this border I was on. The invisible European side or the invisible Korean side? The invisible. Behind this blank mask of ambiguity, I'm the color yellow on a white piece of paper. No matter how hard I try to draw my yellow side in, it'll never stand out against the backdrop that society has given me. It is simply invisible. And so I try with the red, white, and blue of the Korean flag, but it doesn't quite fit. It's a mismatch. So even though I'm wearing my own traditional clothes, I always feel like I'm the tourist merely appreciating Korean culture. You make me feel like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You simply cannot see me as a Korean wearing my own hanbok.
It doesn't quite fit.
And even though the language I'm speaking to you is near fluent to me, it'll never always be seen as a foreign language, never as a second language. I promise you, I'm not trying to be someone else. I'm just trying to appreciate my culture.
Year 2008, courtyard of the primary school.
Ching chong, ching chong! Do you want to date Pascal?
Pascal is Vietnamese, and we are the two lonely Asians in the school. I didn't say anything. I couldn't, because I didn't get what was so funny.
Aya, are you Japanese?
I'm a ha.
Sugoi!
But I haven't done anything impressive. Am I impressive just because my dad is British? Am I impressive just because my genes were bonded in a particular way?
I don't think anyone wants to be in the position when you begin to question whether you're selected to do something, not based on your ability, but based on your skin color. When you begin to wonder whether all your achievements and merits in life are reduced to a
white privilege.
When people congratulate you for speaking as fluently as your fellow peers in a language that you have all been learning for the same amount of time.
Because being mixed obviously reduces your ability to learn another language.
When people have doubts that you don't know enough about one culture just because you're part of another. When you begin to wish that you weren't half something else just so that you can look like everyone else and blend in for once.
Year 2010. This summer, people ask me, "Oh, are you from Mexico? From Philippines? Oh no, Thailand." Just because I'm more tan. But the winter, they don't even ask me because of the yellow shade of my skin. I'm still definitely Chinese for them.
Wow, Aya, I love your hair color. I wish I could have a hair color like you. But no one knew that I always wanted to dye my hair black just to be seen as a Japanese.
What's it like to be a mixed race? We asked, what's it like to be only one? Ripped in two, or twice the person as anyone else. Sure, people think we get half our heritage.
Truth is, we don't.
Sure. We get twice the culture, twice the community, but also double the weight, burden, expectations plenty, only for a single person.
They tell you, "Wow, you're so exotic," and they mean it as a compliment. Still, keep getting told, "Du dansker vel nok godt."
Wow, your Danish is so good.
As if the texture of your hair, the shade of your skin, or the shape of your eyes defines your ability to order dinner in your own mother tongue.
Aya, are you getting any Japanese first years?
I'm going to get 2 Japanese first years.
Oh, but are they real Japanese?
Am I not a real Japanese? I never feel only Japanese, but I never feel less Japanese than anyone else.
They tell you, of course. Sure, you're as Danish as everyone else. But everyone else don't get approached in English in their own homeland. Everyone else don't get laughed at for eating rice. Everyone else don't face other people pulling their eyes to the side and calling you Chinese.
Year 2014. The way people look at me is changing. No more love. I'm not anymore Chinese. Is it because we are more mature? Or because of what we call globalization? If for some people, the entire Asian world still resumed by China, some other look interested and ask me, oh, where are you from? And I'm really proud to say, I'm half Korean.
Hiya, what's your favorite food? My favorite food is sticky beans. Wow, you're more Japanese than a normal Japanese. What does that supposed to mean? I am a Japanese.
It feels like purple. But people only see blue, or they only see red. Blood. Mixed blood. So unusual. So exotic. Our existence is a genetic lottery. Okay, it's your first curiosity. It overwhelms your usual good manners. But it is a barrage of questions. This uncertainty about the most certain, that of yourself.
Here, I'm more French, but I'm more Korean over there.
I'm way too European to be considered a real Asian. And apparently, I'm too Asian to be considered a real European.
Because I'm who I was called and who I was seen as, I was trafficked across the borders of culture, people labeling me as at their own will.
Today, you'll be Asian.
Isn't it lovely when a foreign person speaks your language? Tomorrow, you'll be European.
Diversity is really not in our agenda.
And still, you ask us why we're culturally confused.
I think I remember something too. Before this all happened, Timor-Leste was such a beautiful and united country. They had this special dance that they would perform every time they celebrated something. I recall it like it was just yesterday.
encountered flooded into my mind. On that very day of 1947, the 28th of February, my dad told me not to go onto the streets in fears that I would be involved into the mass protest. But I refused because I wanted to fight for the rights of the people in my country.
卖烟的不加税 cigarette on sale, no tax.
Lady, what do you think you're doing here? Do you know selling cigarettes here is illegal? Where do you get those cigarettes from, huh?
Please, buy me. I'm trying to feed at home. Please, she's just trying to feed her kids.
Get off me, you filthy woman.
Stop oppressing our people. Who do you think you are?
What are you doing?
I didn't do anything. What do you mean?
Stop the oppression! Stop the oppression! Rise to the people! Rise to the people!
What do you think you guys are doing here, huh? We need an order. Get out!
What are you doing here?
Hello, citizens. Here on now, the state is now under the control of martial law, and this means we must return home by 9 p.m. If anyone is caught outside in public after 9 p.m., then they will be fined and imprisoned. In the next few days, General Chen Yi ordered Republic of China troops from Fujian to suppress the protests. 3,000 to 4,000 were killed, and this led to the beginning of the White Terror period in Taiwan.
Our leaves are drooping under the gaze of the sun. They have reached the verge of a lush autonomy.
Leave us boiling in a pot of heated hostility.
The aroma of democracy is dissipating.
Our anger pours into a steaming amalgamation of lost voices.
The tempered drops stay under the crevices of our noses.
But they cannot take away our frothing hope.
Because what is ours is ours. And no one, not one, can deny us of our bubble tea.
Show
That's a beautiful part of our culture. But what about social inequality, which is so often hidden by the booming economy of Asia Pacific? The poor are often so hindered by the lack of opportunities provided to them. So is this growth really necessary when it's only given to the 1%?
Can't believe after all this year, this place still looks the same. Me and my father used to sit by this table, talk about life, talk about career planning. But to be honest, I really didn't pay any attention at all. Because I knew, from that moment I was born, the fortune which I currently possess is already entitled with my name. I didn't do the best in my school, but I still managed to be successful. So now, I can do whatever I want, live however I want, as long as I have these babies.
Congratulations, you got highest grade in our entire school. We're back to go to the best university here.
Thanks, but I don't think I'm applying to university.
But why? You got such a good future ahead of you.
No, I'm thinking of working right after I graduate high school.
Why? By just looking at grade, the university will give you a scholarship.
It's not that. My family needs money now. What's the use of spending more time on studying? Working now means I can help my family straight away and not spend another 4 years on this stupid education system.
I pity these poor people. I wish I can say that, but I can't. Because from the deep of my heart, I know the truth. I owe them. Every day I collect my fortune, my money, from their pockets. Being above average in my country, where so many people with much more capability than I have doesn't have a chance because there's no opportunity for them in the society. This is not fair. Look at the fast-growing economic development in Asia Pacific. Doesn't reflect any struggling they're having in Asia Pacific. Now, when you look at the fast-growing economic in Asia Pacific, please think about those who are left behind. This is far from success. Without love, this doesn't mean a thing.
I remember the practice of the best martial arts in the world, Taekwondo. Not only is it a martial art, it is a restrained art of self-defense.
day like today. March 11th, 2011. It was just another day like today, until the sudden shock came. It didn't take me long to realize this is not just another earthquake. It was long, it was strong, and it was scary. When my grandmother came to pick me up from my school, I bursted into tears. I was just relieved to see her again. When I went back home, I saw all the tiles that were supposed to be on the roof broken on the floor. I saw all the plates that were supposed to be in the cupboards all on the floor. It was scary. It was scary to hear the numbers of casualties never stopped increasing from the radio. It was scary to see the black wave swallowing everything, crushing everything. It was scary. And yet, I couldn't even imagine how scary it was for the people who lived there. 1 year later, I got to go to an area that was severely damaged by the tsunami. There was nothing where people used to live. I lost all my words. Yet, when I looked down, I saw a shoe with a name on. I saw a rice bowl. I saw a broken chopsticks. This made me realize that people were living here. Once, a fisherman told me, a wall cannot protect you from a wave. Run as fast as you can. Run to the highest place that you can get to. And never ever forget that the nature is powerful. And never ever underestimate the power of the nature.
You cry because your mother did not buy you an iPhone. You cry because your girlfriend broke up with you. You cry because you got only 2 in the first test in LPC. But in 2nd of May 2008, Burmese people and other indigenous people cried because their houses were destroyed into pieces. Their farms were grabbed forcibly. They lacked food. Lives of their parents, siblings, and the people they loved were taken away by Nargis cyclone. If Nargis cyclone is alive as a person, I would like to ask him like this. Hey cyclone, why did you destroy these people? What makes you to do so? Aren't they beautiful? They are innocent, aren't they? What is wrong with you? Anyway, the only thing we can do for those dead innocent people is praying for their afterlives. Nargis, you're so mean.
In 2009, flooding in multiple regions in Thailand caused more than 200 deaths. But luckily, I wasn't there until 2010. In the night that was raining heavily, I was sitting with my family in the living room, watching news that predicted how much water will rise. I knew that flood is coming. We tried to prevent our home from the water to not getting in, but at the end we couldn't do anything because the water kept getting higher and higher. It was even higher than my hip, till there was no electricity and we had to migrate up to the 2nd floor of the house. At that moment, I only prayed to God that this disaster will not destroy my home. My family will be safe. After that, the water went down. The terrifying moment has passed. I tried to follow the news again. And I realized that this problem is getting more serious. It was flooding in 65 provinces out of 77 provinces in Thailand that killed more than 800 people. 21,000 of farmland was destroyed. At this point, I knew that this is not just something that's happening somewhere else, but it is also happening to me.
Marshall Islands, small island country in between Australia and Hawaii, pearl of the Pacific. That's what I tell people when they ask me where I am from. But what I don't tell them is about the sea. That with sea level rising by 3.2 millimeters every year, the ocean will soon devour our land, our country, our home. We are atolls, flat as the bricks we used to build our seals. We are victims of nuclear destruction. We are soon to be climate change refugees. Like many of you here, I love my home. It is where I shared blood, sweat, and tears with people that I treasure the most. It is where I was challenged and beaten, but it is also where I was supported and built. And yet, I have to watch my island sink slowly but surely into the depths of the ocean. And soon in the future, when people ask me where I am from, I'll tell them Marshall Islands, once a small island country in between Australia and Hawaii, once pearl of the Pacific.
We are the people of the sea, who dream to be free. Liatua we ask, Liatua we receive. The word Pacific is Latin roots, meaning peaceful, and is home to about 25,000 islands. The Oceania region is home to a vast ocean, friendly islanders, different cultures, and heartwarming landscapes. There are two sides to nature. Ocean levels are rising, but it is the same ocean that defines us as islanders. Cyclones destroy our villages and damage our cities, but it is the same atmosphere from which we get sunshine and unending breeze. Tsunamis damage our shores and drown our crops, but it is the same tide that brings us fish and nourishment. Earthquakes shatter our small towns, but it is the same earth from which we get coconut trees and in which our cultures are rooted.
Asia has beautiful landscapes such as Mount Fuji, Jaume Wetland, and so on. All of them are gifts from nature. Although the movement of tectonic plates brings earthquakes and creates volcanoes along the plate boundaries, volcanoes produce fertile land and form mountains. The river begins in mountains, where rainfalls or snowmelts collect and make small channels. Small channels become bigger and create rivers. It is through these phenomena, for a long period of time, the natural beauty of our earth is formed. But now, we have a problem. Our earth is threatened by us. It's true, we can't deny it. So,
stop pretending like it does not exist.
That lands are not flooding.
That temperature is not increasing.
That sea level is not rising.
That the storms are not getting intense.
That people aren't losing their friends.
The people aren't losing their families.
That people are losing their homes.
Because every time you leave the desk lamp on.
Every time you buy a product that has traveled halfway across the world to reach you.
Every time you put the AC on because you can't just sweat.
Every time you can make that extra effort to walk.
Every time you pretend that it does not exist.
Fossil fuels are being burnt.
Trees are being cut down.
Habitats are being lost.
And you forget to live with the nature. So
So,
stop pretending
like
it
that
does not
exists.
exist.
Sea level rise.
Typhoon.
Tsunami.
Drought.
Flood.
Stop pretending like these do not exist.
Because they do. It's you. It's me. And we are all in the same boat.
Tonight, Asia Pacific has fallen to the horrors of the past, the raging modernity, the tides of the Pacific. But tonight, there still might be time. We turn back the clock to now, in this now, before all that may come to happen someday. But not tonight, because tonight, we're still awake. Awake to change the tides of our future's history. And in the facing of a drowning Asia Pacific, we always will. Stay awake.